Good morning, my dear students. Today we are on the second chapter of class 7th Civics, the fundamental rights and duties. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about the fundamental rights and duties which is given to us by our constitution. So let's discuss about the fundamental rights and duties. We'll start with fundamental rights and then we'll continue with the duties. India is a democratic country and guarantees certain fundamental rights to all its citizens. These rights are called fundamental because they are necessary for the well being of the citizen and their dignity. Fundamental rights are necessary for the smooth functioning of democracy and social progress. Fundamental rights protect the minority community in the country, and no one can violate the fundamental rights of anyone. So, our country is a democratic country and it guarantees these fundamental rights to all the citizens, irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, or the place where they reside. And the fundamental rights also protect the minority community, who's what we can call as a minority community. A minority community means a community which is less in number who lives in a particular place. So it doesn't mean that a group of people are considered as minority always. It changes from place to place. So a minority group means that people who is less in number residing in a particular place, can be a group of people of different specific caste or religion, etc. Now let's move to the main topic of our chapter, that is our fundamental rights. Our constitution guarantees 6 fundamental rights to all the citizens. Fundamental rights are mentioned in part 3 of our constitution. Part 3 of our constitution is important because it's difficult to amend. Now let's see which are the 6 important rights. Amending the constitution means making any change in the constitution. The 6 important rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, constitutional remedies. These are the 6 important rights. Now let's discuss about each one in detail. The first one is right to equality. Right to equality is given in Article 14 to 18 of our Constitution. So it's necessary to learn all the rights and the articles in which it is incorporated in our Constitution. So all of you have to learn that in which article each right is incorporated. So right to equality is incorporated in Article 14 to 18. According to this right, all the Indian citizens are equal before the law. No Indian shall be discriminated against on ground of caste, religion, race, gender, etc. The right to equality also consider untouchability as a social evil and it is abolished. So such type of practices are against the dignity of human beings. So the right of equality prohibits it. The title like Rai Bahadur, Nawab, Raja, etc. has been abolished, and now only military and academic titles like Major, Professor, Doctor can be conferred and used before names. The second right is right to freedom. Right to freedom is mentioned in Article 19 to 22 of our Constitution. The right ensure civil liberty and protect citizens from the repression of the government. There are 6 basic freedom guaranteed to us under this right. The 6 important freedom are freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully, freedom to form associations or unions, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, freedom to reside or settle in any part of the country, freedom to practice any profession, trade, or business. So, these are the 6 basic freedom guaranteed to us by our Constitution. It is noteworthy that while enjoying the various freedom mentioned above, we all need to maintain public order and morality. That means these rights are given to us, but there are so many restrictions are also there. For example, if you are not a profession or a person who is learned, or if you are not a doctor, if you have not educated according to that, or not passed your MBBS, you cannot continue or you cannot do a job as a doctor because you are not qualified. So it doesn't means that you can practice any profession. If you are qualified, you can practice, but if you are not a qualified one, it is not possible for you to do that. So in such cases, this freedom is not guaranteed to such type of people who are not educated or those who cannot do that. The right to freedom under Article 19 of Indian Constitution is suspended during the period of national emergency, any war or natural calamities or any such internal disturbances are there, then the President of India can suspend it for a time. Right against exploitation. Right against exploitation is given in Article 23 and 24 of the Constitution. This right aims at eradicating all form of exploitation from the Indian society. Forced labor is banned in our country, which means no Indian men or women could be made to work without being paid for it or paid less than the basic minimum wages set by the government. This right specially safeguards the interest of children and women. No child below 14 years can be employed in any factory, mines, or any dangerous work. That means child labor is prohibited under this act, right against exploitation. Right to freedom of religion. This right is contained in Article 25 to 28 of our Constitution. In India, there is no state religion and the state neither support any discrimination against any religion. The people are free to profess, practice and propagate the religion of their choice. That means India is a secular country. That means there is no state religion. The Indian state shall not discriminate anyone due to caste or religion. Cultural and educational right. India is a land of diversity. Diversity means in our country people speak different language, they belong to different caste, religion, belong to different places, and so we call India as a land of diversity. People belong to different religion, caste, race, etc. reside in India. They speak different languages and celebrate different festivals. They have their own customs and tradition. According to cultural and educational right, which is given in Article 29 and 30, every community has the freedom to develop, preserve, and promote its culture, language, and script. Script means their writing. It also has the freedom to start and run its own educational institution. Next one is right to constitutional remedies. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar considered the right to constitutional remedies as heart and soul of the Constitution. It is incorporated in the Article 31 and 32 of our Constitution. This right enables every Indian citizen to safeguard their fundamental rights. High Court and Supreme Court safeguards our various fundamental rights, and the fundamental rights are not absolute. It can be suspended during the time of emergency, war, internal disturbances, etc. The President of India can temporarily suspend the fundamental rights. Usually the other five are considered as the right, and these constitutional remedies are a right which protects the other rights. Now let's move to the next part of our chapter, the fundamental duties. Apart from enjoying the fundamental rights, we need to perform some basic duties towards the state. These duties are called fundamental duties. Fundamental rights and duties are linked together. Every right has a corresponding duty. There are 10 fundamental duties given in our Constitution which all of us need to perform. And let's see which are the 10 fundamental duties. 10 fundamental duties. The first one, as Indians, all of us need to abide by the Constitution of India and uphold its ideals, its institutions, and its symbols. Now, let's see which are the ideals. The ideals of our Constitution are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. And its institutions are President, Prime Minister, Supreme Court, and Election Commission. And then the simple national flag, national anthem, and national emblem. So we have to abide by the Constitution and uphold its dignity. We need to cherish and uphold the ideals which inspired our freedom struggles like freedom, non-violence, democracy, secularism, etc. Third one is we need to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Fourth one, we need to promote harmony and the spirit of brotherhood and respect the dignity of women. We need to value and preserve the rich cultural heritage of our country. This is the fifth one. Next one, we need to protect and preserve the natural environment like forest, wildlife, river, lakes, etc. We need to protect public property like our national monument, parks, railways, and stay away from violence. Next one is we need to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. The last one, we need to strive for excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rise to higher level of achievement. So that is all about the fundamental duties. As citizen of our country, all of us need to know and enjoy the fundamental rights. So as we enjoy the fundamental rights, we need to know and perform the fundamental duties also. As we get the fundamental rights, for that we have to perform some duties. So that is all about this chapter. You can read the chapter. The exercise and notes of this chapter will be uploaded soon. Thank you.